everybody, and welcome to another video. It is I, or Xpert, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I've done this once a very long time ago, so this is the second iteration of this type of video, and this will be top 5 tips for new/beginning players. Okay, so personally, this is all from my point of view, my opinions. I'm not really going out there and grabbing what new players are struggling with per se, but this is just something that I see a lot of new players as a whole struggle with. These are like 5 different areas in which y'all can improve y'all accounts, y'all box CC, and just delegation, right? Because there's a lot of new players that don't really know how the gear system works. There's a lot of new players that don't know how the box works, and you know, there's a lot of free-to-play players that can't get those gems up, like me. And as a retired pay-to-win player, I feel like I have a decent amount of knowledge in this area, and I've been playing since day one, so I think I can give a decent amount of tips. And we're gonna get 5 today. And if you got a problem with that, listen, bruh, I don't know, man. I just think these are my 5 top tips that I think would help y'all out in the long run. So we're gonna get into them right in a second. So just be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Anything y'all would like help with, I am very free to help you in the comments. So if you have something you're struggling with, just drop it in the comments and I will reply to you in a immediate fashion. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into 5 tips for new players. And today we're gonna start off with a very hi, what are you doing over there, buddy? We're gonna start off with a very easy tip for the most part, and that would be to level up your PvE units. I say that as a tip because a lot of players are focusing on PvP in their beginning phases, which, yes, that is the thing, but even in the low ranks of PvP, I'm just going from experience, right? A lot of the teams in low rank PvP aren't that great and they're not synergized well. And that being said, yes, getting high in geared or ungeared PvP is very crucial to your account because you get you get weekly gems through that method, right? But in the long term of things, right, all of this is due through like PvE characters, right? And it's a bargain. It's definitely a bargain. But don't get me wrong, right? When I say PvE characters, that's not excluding PvP characters, because there's a lot of PvP characters that are extremely well in PvE. But that's not what I'm trying to get at. So like, for instance, right? Demonic Nest. This is probably going to be your most grindy PvE content area as a new player, because you will have to do all of this: bird, deer, wolf, snake, and squirrel. You have 5 different extreme high difficulty boss fights to do, and for the most part, each and every one of them uses 1 or 2 PvE characters. For instance, the bird, the very staple unit, Blue Magelda, and a taunt character. So Halloween Matrona as a free PvE unit, Festival Deanne as a PvP/PvE unit, shit like that. The deer, you need Jormungandr, a green character, hardcore PvE, and the other 3 people don't matter. Skull and Hottie, you need Rathdonar, a PvE unit, and for Nidhogger, you need a Goddess team, which is a PvP team. It works in PvP, but you have to use Red LR Liz, which is a PvE character. You see what I mean? And then Squirrel, you use things like Blue Scotty that just came out, the new UR Gother, God Melly, what's her name? The new Valenti that came out not too long ago. I think it's the blue one, Blue Mark II Valenti. But literally, and then that's just that tab on its own. You need at least 6 different PvE characters to cover Creature Nest in its own, right? And that's just that bracket. Demon King, you don't need PvE units specifically, but it does help out a lot. So what am I getting at when I say farm PvE characters? And why am I saying these PvE characters are super important? It's because of progression. Without certain PvE characters, you're going to be hard stuck when it comes to progressing your box, progressing your account, getting the materials you need to unlock those relics, the true awakenings, and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna say go out of your way and look at everyone that has a PvE passive and level them up as you see fit. No, you just have to know who to level up when you need them. And like for instance, like I would imagine the creature nest, you would level up Magelda, Jormungandr, Thonar, and that blue Mark II Valenti. Those are the most tightly needed characters when it comes to PvE and creature nest and then shit like that. So that's what I mean by level up your PvE units. Just, you know, level up who you want. Don't get me wrong. Everyone works in PvE. Everyone does. But just know that some characters really need that one PvE character to make that PvE activity work. And now going on to tip number 4. Yes. Tip number 4. Do your dailies. And now, as of current festival Escanor coming out, do your weeklies. Because there is a lot of materials, a lot of gems here that you will need as a free-to-play player. So don't just look in and just click on whatever you want. At least click on your dailies, right? And these are my dailies because I haven't played today. This is my first time logging in. Look at that. You have 1, 2, 3 gems. Apparently I did a PvP game at some point. You get 3 gems a day from your dailies. And then on top of that, you get some skip tickets, some materials you would need to level up your character, some anvils. All of this stuff on this screen you will need to make your character stronger. So just try not to skip any of your dailies. And then obviously you need to clear your boss battle. Just click on go now and it'll take you to the boss battle. You need to clear a deathmatch, click on go now, it'll take you to the deathmatch. Like, make sure you're clearing these dailies out. And then on top of the new dailies, we have brand new weeklies. Beautiful stuff. You get 4 gems a week with the weeklies. And now with that all together, that would add up to about 20 gems a week, literally, because you're getting 2 a day, 3 a day. Yeah, you're getting 3 a day for 7 days, and then in the 7 days you have around 21. So, and then on top of the 21, you get 4 from this. So you get 25 gems a week if you complete all your dailies daily, and you also get a weekly task completed for that week. So 25 gems a week is not horrible. That is really strong. That's almost the full multi. So y'all need to be working on these dailies and shit like that. They're very simple, and most of them have a very connected thing. You just gotta play Demonic Beast Battle. You don't even have to complete a stage. You just have to log in, press start, and then leave. You don't even have to complete the thing if you're struggling. And then everything else, you can just literally play it. You can have to clear Knighthood, but you can do the easiest difficulty, and that'll be fine. World Tree, Light Work, all of these are very easy tasks you can do in game to make sure that you get these gems. 25 gems a week is not bad, people. Y'all missing out on a lot of gems when you skip these dailies and weeklies. So just make sure y'all do those and you will be just fine. Now on to tip number 3. I'm going down, right? 5, 4, 3. Okay, I'm going down. Apparently. And this is a tip mainly for the free-to-play players, not like heavy whales. If y'all are whales, y'all can skip this one completely. But free-to-plays, y'all gonna want to listen to this one. And that would be to skip these normal banners. As a free-to-play, you don't want to be summoning on these banners. At the very least, I would say, do a multi. If you don't get anything, leave it at that. If you do more than a multi, that's just on you. I'm not your dad, I'm not your mother. Do what you want. But I'm just saying, as someone with day 1 experience, do not summon on banners that are A, not a festival, and B, if you click on the info, like if you click info, that is the most important tab on any banner that isn't a free-to-play or isn't a festival. Because you click on info and it says that, for instance, Percival, new hero Percival will not be added to the hero draw in the future when the event ends, and he may appear on a different banner. That is very important, because if he's not going to appear on the normal banner in the near future, he is going to be a character that becomes extremely rare, and he's only gonna reappear on like festival banners. That's why you don't need to waste fucking 0 to 600 gems on a non-festival banner, when 9 times out of 10 the next festival banner is going to have him on it, because again, he's not going to be in the normal hero draw, which means he's going to be a recurring character on festival banners. That's how Escanor worked. Yeah, speak your talk. Like Escanor, he has a lot of rare characters, right? These characters we have not seen God Melly since his banner, And then characters like Demon King, Hell, Mael, these are all really rare characters. And then some of the lighter characters, right? You don't see them often on banners. Tristan, Tyr, like Summer Roxy, or Christmas Roxy, sorry. But like, yeah, just don't summon on these 600 banners that are not going to be coming back. Or just not even general, just don't summon on 600 banners. That's my opinion, because they're going to show up on the next festival, I guarantee you. It's been happening this way since day one. It's gonna happen. You will find this character way more easily on a festival banner. And now for tip number two. Tip number two. By the way, this isn't in any like order per se. This is just how I ordered it on my script. So tip number two, that would be it's split two ways. It's split two ways for sure. And it's the free to play way and the want to get your box up no matter what way. And the tip for number two, obviously, is to appropriate your gear. Appropriate it. What does that mean? Appropriating your gear means to, okay, let's go to my Gother, right? Gother has 7 or 6 different variants, and this is what appropriating gear comes in. Each one of these Gothers have their own set of gear. For me, this is how I play the game. Each one of these Gothers have their own set of gear. HP defense, attack crit, HP defense has not touched, attack defense, and HP defense. Each one of my Gothers have their own gear. The reason is because that's how you get your box CC up. As long as your entire box has gear, your box CC will skyrocket. That's why I have 13 million box CC, because I delegate every single character in my box to have their own unique gear set. Now, when this comes to free to play versus it can load in. When it comes to free to play versus, you know, pay to win, I would still say delegate your gear, and that's you want the high box CC, because high box CCs gives you extra stats. Yes, I have a lot of GP there. Don't look at that. I haven't looked into it for a while. Leave me alone. But literally, without the extra stats from gearing every single one of your characters individually, you're just missing out on your box. Now, that being said, as a free-to-play player, I understand you would be like, oh, well, I don't have the materials to make this gear work. I don't have this to make that work. You know what I mean? And I understand that thought process as a whole. Because even on my Escanor, this is not this Escanor's gear. My Escanor gear for the new Escanor is right here. I put it on him because I needed to use attack for a second, but I'm switching back over. And that's what I mean by having separate gears. It would be way more efficient to have 2 gear sets, right? You have an attack crit damage and an HP defense. If you have 2 gear sets for this named character, you can flip those 2 gear sets between all 8, 9, 10, 11 variants of that character. But if you build each one of them individually, you just get more box CC. Because if my 3 Escanors right here did not have gear, I would be getting, I wouldn't hit 13.1. I would be at like 13 mil, like borderline 13.05 maybe. Because that's a lot of CC I'm missing out on. This Escanor has 60,000. He has 47, but that's because I just don't have gear for him. And he has 35. But I can easily get these gears up because they have their own gear sets. And when I want to go back to these characters, I can level up said gear sets. And also, this is the wrong gear too. LR Escanor. Yeah, there you go. My LR Escanor should be triple defense because I'm just weird like that. Anyways, that's what I mean by delegating gear. And now to go to the other side of the things, yes, you want to make every single one of your characters have their own unique gear sets. That's what I did. And that's why I have 13 million box CC. Every single character in my box are unique to their own. And when I want to make that character stronger, I'm not going to go switch their gears around. I am going to literally, boom, let's see. Oh, I need, what's his face? Who's someone that's needed, right? In Demon Beast battle. Right, I need my Arthur. I need Arthur to be a little stronger for the brothers. Either A, I can build my Chaos Arthur, like with the gear that he has. I can finish this gear and he will be fine. Or I can go to exchange equipment and use one of my other Arthur gears to put on him instead. Like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. So that's what I mean by delegating gear, and it's very simple. Just it really depends on how you want to play the game. Do you want to play the game to have one very strong team, or do you want to have a very high box? Those are 2 different things. You can have either or, and you can have both later on in your box CC life. but you can't have both early on. So you have to delegate which one you want, box CC or a very high team. If you want box CC, everyone gets their own separate gear. Do not copy gears over to different characters. And if you want a high team by itself, make one gear set for 4 different characters, and boy, you better bash them out. And the best way to do that is to go to your set team, go to this team, that first team on your screen that you want to use, only put your resources into these 4 characters, and then the 4 characters you're using for the association links. That is it. Then you will have a very strong team, that one team. And those are the ways to, get that going. So yeah, that's it for number 2. Now we move on to the last tip. And that last tip number 1, is to make sure you're doing your SP dungeon. Now, an SP dungeon is very much how it sounds. It's a special dungeon where you get all these different types of rewards. Your special dungeon, which you use these keys up here for, you get 5 a day, roughly, because it's time gated. You get 1 every 8 hours, I think. So with the special dungeon, you have these different opinions. We get the SSR pendants and other extra loot there. And with these little time dungeons, which yes, you need to be using these time dungeon keys because there is a cap. You can't infinitely stack them. You need to be getting your anvils and super awakening coins, probably your super awakening coins. Don't do the chaos tower. It's useless for you unless you're a very high box. It's very useless. And then the coin ones, you can skip these. You can do them if you want, but for the most part, this is what I'm talking about. The green event keys, these right here. You need to be using these as often as possible, because once you get 5 out of 5, there is no overcap. There is no safety net to where, like, oh, if you didn't play for a while, we'll have like 3 in your storage. No, there's no safety net. So you may have to make sure you're getting rid of at least one of these every 8 hours, because now I'm overcapped. I've been overcapped all night because I haven't played last night, and now I have to use them, and I missed out on what could potentially be 2 to 3 attempts at the special dungeon, and now I'm going to use all 5, right? Because I have skip tickets, and boom, you get some coins, some XP pots, and then once you get lucky enough, you can easily even get SSR pendants. But you're guaranteed an SSR pendant once this final reward bar fills out. But now look, yes, 8 hours. You get 1 every 8 hours. So now I can, for the next 8 hours, I don't even got to look at special dungeon when it comes to these keys, and I'm chilling. And then when it comes to like these are events, we ain't worry about that. But the time dungeon keys, you definitely want to waste them as much as possible on super awakening coins. This one right there. But yeah, for the most part, that's special dungeons. Just make sure you're keeping up with your special dungeon. You got gold if you need money. You got gold and pots if you need pots or gold specifically. Or not gold, books and pots if you need one of them specifically. That's what this is right here. And then once you're done with that, you got a battle event, which is nothing you need to really worry about, but it's there. It's free gems for sure, but I haven't done them myself because I'm just not a fan of this event, the remembrance things, because it takes you 3 days to do most of these, and I'm just not a fan. But that's just me. That's personal preference. Regardless, special dungeon is your key to getting your materials, bro. And if you are doing special dungeon every day on time, not overcapping on your event keys, you will have an abundant amount of different resources, such as if you click on a chest, you'll have a lot of chests, you'll have a lot of pendants, and you'll have a lot of pots. It's just as simple. And then whatever the event thing is. It is what it is. But that's gonna be it. That's my 5 tips for the day. This video is a little longer than I thought it was gonna be, but it's fine. We're just gonna let this slide, okay? This is the first test run. But regardless, that's it. That's the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below on if any of these tips actually helped you, like you weren't thinking like, maybe I should have done that to begin with as a new player. And if you are an old player, like a decently deep player, let me know if these tips would technically help y'all out either. But that's just me, a normal guy playing a normal game. I keep choking on my own words. Listen, this is not scripted, okay? Damn. Anyways, we're done here. That's the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below how you feel, and I will see you on the next video. Peace, and have a wonderful day.